All right. The Justice Department admits that increased domestic drone usage is likely. We've had discussions around drones. When are drones okay? When it comes to using drones to drop bombs, is it okay only outside the US, only against non-American citizens? What about outside the US against anybody? What about inside the US, but only against non-citizens? Or maybe it's okay to use drones in the US against anybody suspected of terroristic activity. We have more info, not on the use of drones specifically for killing people, but just about domestic drone usage in the US more broadly. The Justice Department is acknowledging that the FBI, DEA, and other federal law enforcement agencies are likely to make increased use of unmanned drones in the United States. The unmanned aircraft already have been used in kidnapping cases, in drug and fugitive cases, as well as in search and rescue operations, according to the Justice Department. There's this 5-page policy document that comes out 19 months after the agency's inspector general recommended drone-specific policies that consider privacy rights. The report said unmanned drones raised greater privacy concerns than pilot-operated aircraft because they can fly closer to homes, they can operate for days at a time. However, the department did say that drones can't be used solely to monitor protests and other constitutionally protected activities. Now, in a separate memo, the Justice Department did defend the use of armed drone strikes to kill American terror suspects abroad. Let's put that discussion to the side for a second. We've had that discussion many times. The area around your home is called the curtilage. It enjoys Fourth Amendment protection. The curtilage is defined as an area of land attached to a house and forming one enclosure with it. It's sort of why cops can't come snooping around your house, looking right in your window, in your bushes without permission. But if they can see something from the street or from your front door when they knock and you open it, they can arrest you at that time. They can seize you. It's been somewhat settled in the law for a long time. That we know, Lewis.
We're aware of that. It's not always followed, but that's the law.
Now, if a drone is able to fly over your backyard and they see you engaged in some illegal activity, is that a search or not? There have been cases involving helicopters and how they can't just hover over your house. Drones presumably will be a little bit different. There's this question of if you imagine there's an air column over your house, your property, that is considered part of your property, right? There is some of that air column that is part of your property, but how high up does it go, right? Obviously, commercial airplanes can fly over your house 30,000 feet up. But if you have a drone that is 5 feet above where your roof line ends and they can see directly into a bedroom, should a warrant be required for that? Is that considered a search that should require a warrant? There's going to be a lot to sort out here, legally speaking.
Right. We already have helicopters that can fly over very high over barns and detect something like a grow house, for example, right? That seems to be legal. And so, what category will drones fall under? I don't really know.
Do you personally think that you'll take action, for example, if and when these drones are more and more common, or maybe you already do this? Do you try to keep the blinds closed in your place all the time? Is that something you think of or you're aware of?
I don't think about drones when I do that. I've always done that and I do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you've always kind of had a predilection for this kind of cave-like atmosphere where it's very dark in your place anyway. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with privacy.
Yeah, it's my goal in life to actually live in a cave. But I'm not joking. I just like that. But I don't really consider drones. Maybe I should be, but that just doesn't even occur to me.
Interesting. Yeah, I tend to not close my blinds. I tend to leave the windows open. I tend to have no concern for it at all. I mean, right now I live on a higher floor, so maybe it's a little different. When we move the studio to Boston, we don't know exactly what the situation is going to be. Maybe my view is going to be different at that point. Same thing here in this studio, but this is going to be a legal issue. Send me your thoughts on this. What are your current activities around privacy in your home, and how might they change if you knew about these drones flying around? And send me your thoughts about the legal aspects as well. I know we have many attorneys in our audience. Let's take a break. Great program for you today. Glad you are with us on this Tuesday.